Hey Scorpio, it's Ashley. Let's get into your reading for the week of October 10th. We're going to look at past, present, and future and see what's coming up for you. Make sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as this Scorpio reading may not resonate for everyone that watches. You can check below down in the description box. There's a schedule listed there that I follow every week. Otherwise, you can subscribe and hit that notification bell and you'll be notified when the readings go live each week. So if you wanted to look at your Venus or your moon or what have you. What else? Leave me a comment down below if this is your reading. Love to hear from you. And please give me a like. It helps the channel to grow and get put out there for more people to see it. So let's see what's going on for Scorpio. Wheel of Fortune. So some really nice change of events has come in the recent past. We have the Hermit and the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the High Priestess, the Nine of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Four of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. So kind of an overcast feeling to the week of the 10th. It could also be that you're coming into this week in this kind of zone of something having been, heartbreaking, painful in the past. So let's see how that might be coming into play here for your reading. Now, it does look like in the recent past you've had some really great news come in, some sort of dream come true, change in events. We have the happy card here as well. And so, dreams come true, a turn in fortune for you. And we'll try and get some detail on what that might have been. Now, it does look like the week of the 10th, there's a little bit of reflection here that is kind of taking you back to the past. And that could very well be why we have the Three of Swords showing up here. It's almost like some reminiscing is coming in here, because I almost feel like something really good happens and there's still this part of you that is, kind of saying goodbye to perhaps even a commitment of the past. Could even be a spouse here with the Hierophant and the Queen of Pentacles, or just a really long-term commitment with a Capricorn, Taurus, a Virgo, a lot of Earth showing up here in the center row. And it's like you're looking at it and you're reflecting on that commitment, perhaps what you learned from that situation. And I do feel like perhaps even though there's been this fortuitous situation happen, you've been reflecting on someone from the past, and perhaps there's even a fear of really letting that go coming in for you. So let's see what that might be about. Now, the Queen of Pentacles doesn't have to be a spouse. It could certainly be, resources. The Queen of Pentacles can represent the aspect of the self, the archetype that speaks to, abundance, money, wisdom, resources, any kind of thing that you would pull in to use to help build your foundation and your own personal security, right? And comfort. So if there's this new job offer, but maybe it pays less. And so now you're like, oh, you're kind of getting into your head about whether or not to do it. Because even though it's a dream come true, you don't want to let go of the money that you were making before. So it could be a number of things. Let's see what's going on here. Why do we have the Wheel of Fortune in the past? We have that Knight of Swords showing up. So some positive news came in. An offer here. Someone came in and made you an offer. Could have been a job offer. Let's see what the Knight of Swords had to say. We have the Four of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So there was a lot of communication happening in the past regarding this offer. It could have even been that you put in an offer on a house with that Four of Wands showing up here, and the seller accepted your offer, and now, yay, I bought my dream home here. The Four of Wands could also just be, you know, that you did some celebrating that this offer finally came in for you. So whatever it is for you, it's been very positive. With the Nine of Cups, we have the Queen of Wands. So it's something that you've been dreaming of and attracting, trying to manifest for yourself. And the Chariot. So it may involve a move of some kind. It could even be, with the Chariot showing up, that you finally bought your dream car, you know. So this could be, apply it as it resonates, but something changed in the past. Some sort of information came in from someone, some kind of offer happened, and it manifested. So it looks really good. Now, when it comes to a love situation here, it could be that you met this Queen of Wands here, and it's really exciting and passionate. It's someone that you're very attracted to, and you want to move on this because it seems like your dream come true type of partner, right? And then we come into this week of the 10th, so the present moment, and you're reflecting back on whatever this Queen of Pentacles represents for you. So this could be a person, could be an old job, could be just a state of having plenty of money. So let's see what's going on here. We have the Adjustment card, and it says looking back but moving forward. And so you can see she's kind of looking over her shoulder at what she's learned from the past. She has this owl sitting atop her head here. So it indicates that she's bringing that wisdom forward to the future. You can see there's light coming out of her hand here. And so taking forward with you the wisdom that you've gained. And that's exactly what that Hermit energy is. Some sort of wisdom that you've come into because of the reflection that you've been doing, the deep dive, the review, right? And that's coming up a lot right now, that theme of review and communication, because of the Mercury retrograde, which actually doesn't end until right after this week. So why do we have the Hermit here? We have the Five of Wands and the Emperor. With the Queen of Pentacles, we're getting the Four of Swords and the Moon. And with the Hierophant, we have the King of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like there's some sort of reflection happening on how maybe some experience you've had in the past, could have been a job, could have been a boss, with that Emperor showing up, was very controlling. There was a lot of drama, and it's obviously something you learned from. That Five of Wands can be like training, right? Learning to battle, essentially. But it's something you've learned from along the way. But obviously, you know, we don't walk into a new situation hoping there's going to be drama and an overly controlling boss, right? So you're taking the wisdom that you've had from the past, and you're thinking about, you know, maybe what you learned from that experience. With the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords and the Moon card. So some Cancer energy showing up again here with this Capricorn Queen of Wands. I do feel like there's a little bit of fear, and I think you're taking some time to think about your resources here. If it's not concerning you, if you're not concerning yourself with money, it could be a Queen of Pentacles person that you've been with or dealt with in the past as well. And there's maybe some fears associated with releasing this. I almost more so get that there's some offer that came in here, and there's a potential that you're thinking about going into business for yourself with that Emperor here, and there's a bit of fear of money associated with that. But I do feel like that is, with the Hierophant, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Swords, it's more in line with your truth, and it's more in line with your own spiritual journey and the path that you have in this lifetime. Like, it feels like it's calling to your emotional side, your soul self. And so there could be like this, do I move forward? Like, it's something that obviously makes you really happy, but there's some thinking going on here, some hesitation even, because maybe there's a fear of missing out on more money, or perhaps you just feel somewhat unprepared for this new role. With the Five of Wands and the Emperor here, it could feel like you're training to take on a really big role here. I mean, the Emperor is the top dog, right? And so you're thinking, okay, do I even have enough experience for this? Do I have the resources that I need? And that could be, you know, maybe the role that you're stepping into requires some additional education with that Hierophant. You know, some online courses to help you get more prepared. So keep that in mind. I do feel like you're ready. It's just that in your head, you're really thinking about, how can I be best prepared for whatever this is, right? Now, in the future position, we have La Force. This is the Strength card. So some Leo energy coming in here. And it's really about having the courage to kind of take control and move forward here. We have the Seven of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Four of Pentacles. And I think you are going to step up and stand your ground and do what you need to do. But there's this overall feeling of being unsure if it's going to work out. Is this going to be a good idea? Is it going to create stability? Or am I going to be hugging every coin just to survive? But with that High Priestess, it's like you're doing this based off of that intuition. Like we were saying with the King of Cups here, it's not because you've ever done this before. So your mind itself doesn't have anything to go off of, right? It doesn't have like this exact past experience to know exactly what to do. And so you're your intuitive nature is having to come in and help guide you. And, you know, that can create some fears. Let's see what else we get here. With the Seven of Swords, we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, like I said, Nine of Cups here was something that you were drawing in, some dream come true, and it's here, and I think you're going to stand up for it, and you're going to do this. It's like, feel the fear and do it anyway. Yep, because it's fated. It's like this change in events came in, and you wanted it, right? You've been wanting it. I would be careful, though, in this future position. It's like the universe brought in this fated turn of events for you. The Seven of Wands could be attempting to fight it off rather than stand up for it, right? So that could be either way. Take that as it resonates, but be careful you don't block out the future possibilities and this good fortune out of fear, right? With the High Priestess, we have the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. I do feel like on some sort of intuitive level, you've been waiting for this to show up for some time. And I think your intuition is telling you that if you put in the work, it'll bear fruit. It's just whether or not you want to trust that intuition, right? With the Four of Pentacles, we have the Six of Swords and the Queen of Swords. It does look like there's a potential here for you to remain guarded and decide to move on from this, and perhaps cut it out. Which is interesting, yeah. It's like you may, it kind of goes both ways. I kind of feel it both ways here. Because we did have the Chariot come in, and I talked about movement. And so it may actually require you to move homes with that Four of Pentacles and the Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands, and you may decide to move. You may also decide to completely reject this offer that brought you all this happiness because there's this fear of doing it. I'd be careful of that because we still have this Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and look what's behind it, the Chariot. So I think that by not taking this leap of faith and going for this new happy thing that's coming for you, it could lead to some heartbreak if you don't kind of buckle in and do it, right? Because I do think there's some aspect of you that is like, oh, do I want to move? Do I want to adjust my life in order to make this work? Because underneath all of that, there's a little bit of fear here, right? And I do feel like it could be related to money, resources. It could even be that you're just moving away from home. Like the Queen of Pentacles here can be the mother. And so if you've not yet ventured out and moved out of the house yet, or even out of the hometown that you're from, this prospect could be exciting, but also very scary, right? So keep that in mind, and definitely come back to this reading as we get into the week of the 10th, as it might help you to kind of look at things a little bit more clearly and make this ultimate decision here of what you want to do with this Wheel of Fortune happy situation. I'll see you in the next one, Scorpio. Bye.